This particular bill, 8171, I want to first say it needs to be sub-aid. The amount is technically right now $3 million. We'd like to sub-aid that down to $1.3 million. The other thing is we also want to request a sub-A as far as the uses of it, what the funds are going to be used for. But essentially, you all know I'm in Coventry, and we have this Central Coventry District that's been in a little bit of trouble. Central Coventry came out of bankruptcy in 2014. They were on solid footing. They had a sustainable future. And in legislation, we passed a bill called the Minimum Overtime Bill, mandatory overtime for firefighters. And they were not able to sustain the cost. They were able to stay above water, and they proceeded on. We actually tried to submit legislation giving them a moratorium so Central Coventry could raise their taxes 4% a clip over the next 5 years so they could catch up and get on a solid footing and meet the mandates that the state was requiring of them. That was rejected, and they were heading for bankruptcy. I had sat down with the finance director, and we could see where it was going. And then when COVID hit, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And essentially what happened was they had to pay more overtime, amongst other bills, et cetera, and they had a $750,000 rainy day fund and a capital improvement fund, and they had to go right through that paying overtime. So what we're asking for is $1.3 million, just so they could get them over the hump, so they can get things organized. And to put that in context, I know I've used this analogy before. The state has $1 billion, and it'd be like you all have $1. I mean, you all have $10. I'm asking for a penny, 1 penny, and plus 3/10 of a penny. That's all we're asking for, and this would help us out a great deal. So I know there's going to be other people that probably, I'm hoping he's coming of support of it, but I'm not confident of that. That's going to come up here and testify to other things, but that's essentially what the bill is asking for. I just want to say one other thing. This fire department not only covers Central Fire District, we provide a lot of mutual aid. A lot. Coventry's a pretty big community. We provide a lot of mutual aid to Cranston, not a lot to Cranston, but we do provide mutual aid to Cranston, West Warwick, and other surrounding districts. So this is a link in the chain of fire protection. And this bill is also good for the firefighters, because if we run out of cash, we're not going to be able to keep the guys going, and they're not going to have their jobs. So we're petitioning to the state for help. So thank you.
Thank you very much for putting that into play. Any questions to the sponsor of that particular bill, please?
Yes.
Just a quick, was there an election recently on this, on more money in the town, or no?
Yes. What happened, the way it works is if we want to raise our taxes over 4%, we have to go through a referendum. The people of Coventry have, before they went into bankruptcy, their taxes went up 100%. After they went into bankruptcy, they were hit with a 34% supplement tax in order to try to keep things going. So the people are tapped out. So when you put a referendum out and you ask for 8%, it was shot down by a 2-to-1 margin. The last referendum was yesterday. They asked for 16%. It was shot down by a better than a 2.5 one. And what that suggests is that the people of that district are tapped out, and they're willing to roll the dice with bankruptcy. I don't think it should have come to that. I think that we should come together. If you could, allow us a penny out of that money, it's essentially a little bit over a penny, we could resolve this situation.